And one. Hey guys, I'm Dave Reddy, and I'm talking a little bit about my Ready to Live weight loss and healthy lifestyle program. I get a lot of questions about the workout component that I addressed, the discussion afterwards, what the idea of holistic weight loss means. Now I want to talk a little bit about just change, what your goal is in making these changes. All right, I'm looking at my board. I kind of missed my window of opportunity from my window to give me some good light. I hope you can see what I have going on the board, but I just wanted to cover a few things. Um, if you're interested, if you're watching this video, if you're interested in joining the program while you're calling it weight loss, or I just like to lose a few pounds, essentially what we're looking for is change. Some change in our life, some change in our daily habits, some change in the way we're eating, and then ideally some change in that just how we're approaching this whole thing, mentally, physically, emotionally, etc. So that's what I want to talk about a little bit, because I get the question, well, how do you do this? I've done a weight loss program before and it kind of worked at first, but then it didn't work. Or people will say, well, I put the weight back on, but let me tell you what worked while it did work. And that becomes a problem, because what you did is you probably applied certain strategies and techniques for weight loss, whether it was a book or coach or trainer, whoever told you to do these things, and it may have worked, but they just didn't stick. And I really want things to stick. I want to see kind of this change and see people experience what this can really feel like to manage your weight successfully going forward. All right, so within the program, we talk about 3 levels of change. Michael Neal is a life coach, I guess, for a better way to put that, in California. He wrote a book called Super Coach, and he talked about the 3 levels of change, and I address this in the program. So if you're looking for change, the first one we talk about is change for a specific event. All right, so if I'm training someone to lose 10 pounds for their wedding on September 1st, or I hire a coach to help me do public speaking at a Rotary Club meeting, something like that, that's change for a specific event. Okay, we've all done that where we're just prepared for that one time. I'm going to give a toast at a rehearsal dinner or a wedding reception, something like that. I want to be good just for that time. Okay. Level 1 change. Level 2 change is more a life area. And this is usually where diets and programs really emphasize and put a focus, which can work, which can be great, but it may not be lasting. All right. So level 2 is a life area. Now, a life area may be, I don't have a good dry erase board writing today. I apologize. A life area may be just weight loss, weight management. And I've done programs in the past, if you're familiar with my Everybody Loses program, where we did a lot of strategies and techniques for the life area of weight management. So we talked about, what do you do when you go to a Super Bowl party and there's just food everywhere? What do you do when you go to work and the break room has this food, this much food, and you're walking this way? Or how do you do this exercise? Or how fast do you walk on a treadmill? A lot of these strategies and techniques are things that you use that really can elicit success. I mean, you can really have success with them, but are they lasting? Okay. I always call them fitness magazine title or cover filler. Pick up a health magazine or fitness magazine at your store, and it'll be filled every month with 5 tips to lose 5 pounds, 3 foods to eat for better, more energy, 5 tips for going to the Christmas party and not splurging. Okay, those are level 2 life area tips. Those are strategies and techniques that we do cover in the Ready to Live program, but we need something more. All right, that something more is level 3 change. Level 3 is more of a global change. It's more of a paradigm shift in the way that we're thinking. It's more of a perspective change. All right, I will call it in big letters. That's what I'm talking about. Insight. Insight is when you gain knowledge and you can't get rid of it. All right. Insight is when they found out that the world wasn't flat anymore; it was round, and you couldn't just go back to thinking, "No, it's flat. It's flat." I mean, and how long can you deny that? You have to then readjust your world based on this new knowledge. Okay, but that knowledge has to stick, because if you're sticking on strategies and techniques up here without change, that this is yo-yoing. If you're only up here applying strategies and techniques, you may lose a few pounds, but if your approach, if your attitude towards food, your attitude towards exercise, your attitude towards the relationships with people in your life that may be sabotaging your success. If those things don't change, you're not going to make the fundamental foundational change that I believe and I hope you're looking for. And that's what I really try to focus in on in the Ready to Live program. Okay, so we have these strategies up here, and that's always fun discussion. We'll talk about recipes, we'll talk about workouts, we'll have an exercise plan. Here, though, we're talking about not judging yourself. We're talking about why do you see the world the way that you do. We look at, how do you see life? How do you see healthy food? How do you see exercise? Now, I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to love exercise at the end of these 12 weeks, that you're going to love quote unquote healthy food. All right. I'll be the first to tell you also that I love donuts and I love pizza. Okay. But my attitude and associations towards those things are different than um, the eggs I eat in the morning, or some different healthier versions, or getting exercise in each day, or why I will work out today. We build these healthy associations that it doesn't become this awful or sabotaging attitude towards healthy food, because we'll be associating that food with more energy, a healthier culture in your household, more productivity at work, a better relationship with your spouse, taking care of your children, your grandchildren, things like that. All right, and that's all involved in this level 3 change. All right, so these are kind of the 3 things we talk about. If you say, well, I have a reception on next Saturday, what should I do? Well, we'll talk about that. That's here. I really want to lose 15 pounds in this program. Can you help me do that? Absolutely. That's here. But I really want to just have this alter, this change, or understand more why I think the way that I do. We really talk about today and move forward with that, but we do get into the past some, because we all have some events in the last 10 years, 5 years, 30 years, whatever the case, where we were affected by some event in our life, by some other person in our life. And we will discuss a little bit of that and how that did have a profound effect on our life. So we're not guilty of just failing at weight loss or being a bad person or being judgmental of ourselves. But if something did happen in our past, that can still be anchoring us into an old belief system, an old way of seeing food and exercise and weight and things like that. Okay, so that's my goal here. I talk a little bit of extra here. I didn't want this video to be this long, but I love talking about this. It's such a key component, and it's really why I selfishly enjoy doing what I do, because when someone can experience insight and this perspective change, it's just a wonderful feeling for everybody in the group, for everyone involved. So that's my goal with Ready to Live. Check out when the workshops are coming out. We'll talk a little bit about this and more. And please join us. We have a great group coming back each time, and we really look forward to our next session. We have Saturday mornings at Webster Groves, Wednesday nights at Richmond Heights Community Center, and more coming soon. Thanks.